Hey there, Chips. Got Nikc here. Welcome back to another Have a Knack. Today, we'll be checking out the Stanley parable. We might split this into a couple parts here. I don't know how long it's going to be, what we're going to do exactly, so I don't know. I've actually played this game back a long time ago. It was a mod for Counter-Strike. No, it's a Gary's mod, isn't it? I don't remember. It was something. I played it a long time ago, back when it was that. It's actually its own game now. I think it's still built on the Source engine, but its own game, so we're going to check it out. And I think it's quite a bit different now from what I've heard, so this should be pretty darn fun. So, without further ado, let's get going. So, sorry if I look ridiculous right now, because I just took a long run before I did this. I got this app, and I don't mean to just like totally get immediately away from the Stanley parable, but I got this app called Zombies Run, and I thought what it was going to do was just run me a certain amount of distance. Because it started out, I think it told me I had to run 3 kilometers, and then I started going, and I think I ended up going like about 3.8 miles, I think, in the end, and it was pretty wicked. And I think what it does it by time, because I was out for about 35 minutes, so when I ran that, so yes, I'm slow, don't rub it in, but, so I think it does it by time, basically, and so I have the towel around my neck.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Let's get into this here.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's
He's so good looking.
job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day,
Sounds fun.
every month of every year.
I'm gonna ask my boss so I can do this.
Others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came.
It's good for him.
As though he had been made exactly
It's good for him.
his job.
Gotta find satisfaction what you do.
Stanley was happy.
Oh, that was a
And
good
then
game.
one day,
Oh.
something very peculiar happened.
Okay.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Oh my.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor
Not one?
for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened.
That's sad.
This complete
He had to be so
isolation.
lonely.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, here we go. I remember this game. You can like totally ignore the narrator, and I think he gets pretty mad at
All
you.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yeah, what could
Stanley
this mean?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe, probably good. Let's just play with some monitors and stuff first. I can't do anything?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-worker.
This person's really boring. Their job is to sit here and sharpen pencils all day, isn't it? I mean, I thought my job was boring, but look at that. They got literally one thing they can do. But back here in the cool person's office... Oh, I can't get in. Never mind. I was gonna say, we could, I do more than that. I have a whole keyboard, and he just sticks pencils in that hole all day. That's all he can do. And, oh, I shut off their computer. Can I turn it back on? No? Okay. I can only shut things off. Thought the door was going to close behind me. It was going to be all creepy. That's what always happens, this kind of stuff. So... No pencil sharpener in this room. Nope. This is creepy.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I feel like this is like a crazy reverse psychology thing here. Like, they want me to go right by telling me I went left. So I'm going to go left. Because that's what they want me to do. Nope, I'm going to change. Oh, well. Oh, well. There we go. There we go. This is pretty. This is where Stanley takes his vacations. If he had a vacation, he would be going those places at least. Which he doesn't. He's been working at this since he was born.
There was not a single person here either.
Tips for not getting fired.
In a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let it ball up inside of you. Take it out passively aggressively on your coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. Let it ball up inside you. Wow, these are great. Okay, to do. Core value expenditure. Monetize free to play. Okay. Ooh, broom closet. Ooh.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned
There might be
around
something
and
here.
got back on
Don't just
track.
immediately diss it. We haven't looked around. There's duct tape. Stanley, grab the duct tape. Gosh dang it. Fine. What a loser. I want that wrench, too.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow.
You know what?
Just an empty broom
Suck it,
closet.
narrator.
No reason to still be here.
Yes, there is. It's my broom closet. We're friends. There's also tools in here.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. Just if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet buffet.
There's a broom in the broom closet. Thank goodness. I did not see the broom. I wasn't paying
Are
attention.
you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing?
Yes!
Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because it's fun. Because this light bulb is my friend. This closet's very comfortable.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Yes.
It didn't occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
I'm
I
trapped!
never would have thought to mention it.
I can't even get out the door. I'm stuck. Oh.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending is my favourite."
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
Friends find this concerning.
Ouch. That's awesome. Did you get the broom
Stanley was
closet
fat
ending?
and ugly and really, really stupid. He only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Wow.
That or with drug money. Also,
Oh.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, I am. Not me. Stanley.
Well,
we go
I've come
swimming?
to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
You're right. I'm dead.
This broom closet, explored it a bit. and
You're
was
smart.
just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous
That is
system
exactly what
and you
happened. You're
collapsed
smart.
on the keyboard.
I did.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Yeah, that would stink. You probably don't want that to happen.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not
Wow.
lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, that's probably the end of the dialogue. So let's go for it.
Second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh, that's nice. I'm actually the same
Coming
person.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's
Not
office.
anymore. I'm not Stanley. I'm someone else now. That was amazing. That broom closet experience was totally worth it, by the way. Oh, what's this do? There's a cardboard box right here. Pretty. Oh, this got ugly.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
No.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Yeah, that'd be
He might
humiliating.
fired for that. And in such
Yes,
a
it would.
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And
Yes,
then
exactly.
something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a
going in
single
circles.
moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange
Like I keep walking in circles?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeated?
Yes, I think they are.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He
Yes.
just hadn't found the words for it.
Okay.
I'm dreaming!
Yes!
This is all a dream.
That's it.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Yes.
And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while
But I was
I'm
happy
still
pushing
sick."
buttons.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical star field, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head.
Wow.
One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing?
Exactly.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
Yes.
And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream.
But how did I fly?
Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that
I'm
if
Superman.
he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Yet I'm
Now,
still
hearing
walking in
the voice speak
circles.
These words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did
Exactly.
the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Yeah.
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control. That this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently. And
No.
he invited himself to
No.
wake up.
No. Oh,
He
what?
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin. The press of the mattress on his back. The fresh
Oh,
air of a
I really was
world
asleep.
outside this one.
Man, does that mean I'm not Superman?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
That's all I want.
It's all I want.
Yeah.
I want
Buttons
my
are fine.
apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always
I'm
been.
married? I wonder if it's Lois
My
Lane.
life is normal. I am normal.
Hot.
Everything will be fine.
It's great.
I am okay.
That was beautiful. The end. Right? Nope. Crap.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh. Okay. That was...
This is the
Yes.
story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh. She seems nice.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
No.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment,
Yeah.
she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.